However, after the priest got all the information, he told my family something which still haunts us to date. Hi, and welcome back to SYWK Podcast, where you can find everything related to paranormal. This is the third part of the Jinn series, and I hope you heard the first two parts where I shared the history and types of jinns. If you haven't heard, then please do. The link is in the description, and for sure you will enjoy it. And if you do, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Now coming back to this episode, where I'll be narrating a real life jinn story that was submitted by one of my subscribers. Thank you, Salim. The story gave me the chills while I was reading it, and I'm sure after listening to the full episode, everyone will feel the same. However, before I start with my narration, let me make one thing clear. All the episodes from SYWK Podcast are only for entertainment purpose, and I do not intend to spread blind faith or superstition. So without wasting any time, plug in your headphones and enjoy my narration. So this happened on the 13th of December 2014, and I still remember that night since it haunts me to date. My name is Salim and I'm basically from Hyderabad. In early 2014, I lost my wife due to cancer, and since then, my life has been hell. However, I had to continue and live on with my life. So after 6 months, I decided to move to Bangalore and start a new life. And I felt this is what my wife would also want me to do. So in the month of November 2021, I got a job offer at a startup company somewhere near St. Mark's Hotel in Bangalore. Although I would not like to disclose any further details for personal reasons. Moving forward with the story, since it was a startup company, they did not have much staff, and sometimes we had to work late even after office hours to achieve our targets. And since I did not have a reason to go back home, and neither I had any friends in Bangalore, I used to often stay late in the office. I still remember that night. I was in the conference room working on my laptop and trying to prepare some reports. I got so engrossed with my work that I did not realize that most of my colleagues had left for the day, and it was around 9:30 p.m. I decided to take a break and order dinner from Zomato. While I was waiting for my dinner to get delivered, I was going through my wife's photograph on my phone. Even though I was busy with my life, I still missed her each and every day, and I still felt lonely within. While I was going through her beautiful photograph, suddenly I could hear someone calling me from outside the conference room. I assumed it was a delivery guy, but when I went near the entrance, no one was around. The minute I turned back, I got shocked to see someone inside the conference room. I could see a dark silhouette, but it was not visible from the entrance of the office. I was curious to know who was it, so I started walking faster, and while walking, I hit the reception desk, and the fishbowl from the edge of the desk fell down. There were glass pieces all around, but luckily it did not hurt me. But the minute I opened the door, I was shocked to see my wife sitting at the opposite side of the table. At first, I could not believe it. I thought I was dreaming. But then I was so broken from inside, I started crying. And then I heard a voice.
Salim.
I did not know what to do. I did not understand anything that was happening. I still could not believe that she was standing in front of me. I had so many questions in mind. How was she alive? How did she reach here? But she told me not to ask her anything. She only told me that she will come to meet me every night and asked me to wait for her the next evening. At that time, nothing made sense, but now it does. Long story short, every night when no one was in office, she used to come to meet me. The strange part was that I could actually feel her. I could hold her hands. I knew she was not a ghost. But somewhere back in my mind, I was still confused how a dead person can come alive. After that, I looked forward to meeting her every night. I knew she had told me not to tell anyone, but I was really happy. I decided to call up my big brother in Hyderabad and inform him. At first, he did not believe me. He thought I had become crazy, and because of that, we had a disagreement and that ended our conversation. But then suddenly, after a few days, my big brother arrives in Bangalore to check on me since I had stopped answering his calls. He was worried and wanted to know if I was fine. I was still angry, but I told him that tonight I will give him the proof that I meet my wife. I told him to come to my office by 9 p.m. and asked him to hide in the washroom and wait for everyone to leave. The minute everyone left, I dropped him a message to hide somewhere in the office and witness the truth. After a while, she comes and like always, we meet in the conference room. We spoke for a while and then she left. After that, I go and meet my brother and asked him, "Are you happy now? Do you believe me?" He was sweating and was in fear. He did not say a word at that time, but the next morning, my parents were in Bangalore, sitting next to me with a local priest. I was shocked and confused at the same time. The priest? Why the priest? He asked me when and how did I meet my wife. So I told him everything. I knew something was serious since my entire family was worried and praying over me. After a while, I asked my brother again with a lot of curiosity, "Did you see her last night?" The answer shocked me for the rest of my life. He said he could only see a dark shadow in and around me. At that very moment, I got back to my senses and understood that I was not meeting my wife, and it was something that I could not explain to anyone at that time. However, after the priest got all the information, he told my family something which still haunts us to date. He said that it was not my wife but a jinn called Ghoul who was meeting me. It's a type of jinn who can shapeshift and turn into a human form. He also informs me that normally this type of jinn attack people who are sad and emotionally broken from inside. It's an easy target for them. It was extremely hard to believe what had happened to me at that time. But now, after so many years, I sit back and thank God for saving me from the devil. Over the course of time, I studied everything about jinns. In my story, the biggest clue was that the jinn used to come in the same attire every night and used to call me Salim. But my wife used to always call me Jan. And that's when I knew that it was a jinn. Because they can take a form of humans but won't know the person's nature and behavior. For the people who are listening, please note, if you ever see your loved ones who have passed away, it is possible that it can be a jinn. So this was the real life jinn story that Salim witnessed. How did you enjoy it? Please let me know in the comments below if you're listening to this episode on YouTube, or DM me on Instagram if you're listening to this episode on any of the audio platforms. Before I end this episode, I have a message for everyone who's listening. I don't know if the story is true or not, but the moral of the story is that if there is bad, then there is good. And remember, God will always win. So keep your faith strong in God and enjoy horror content, but do not take the story seriously. Thank you for listening and see you in my next episode. God bless. La 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 la.